Why silence is your number one power in a chaotic world. The noise outside, the storm inside, and the power you forgot. The world is loud. Every day you wake up to noise. Alarms ring, phones buzz, notifications flash, people talk non-stop. Everyone has opinions. Everyone wants attention. Everyone wants to be heard. But almost nobody wants to listen. You open your eyes and step into a world full of sound, traffic, voices, music, questions, requests, demands. Noise presses on your chest like weight. Noise fills your mind like fog. Noise steals your focus without mercy. And slowly, without noticing, you lose yourself in that noise. This world rewards the loud, the bold, the fast, the aggressive. But deep inside, you feel something different. You feel that your strength is not in shouting, not in reacting, not in fighting for every small thing. You feel something quiet, something deep, something calm, something ancient inside your chest. You may have forgotten it, but it never left you. That is silence, your inner space, your hidden power. Silence is not empty. Silence is full of answers. Silence is not weakness. Silence is control. Silence is not defeat. Silence is strategy. Silence is not running away. Silence is standing strong without shaking. When the outside world becomes louder, your silence becomes more valuable. When people talk too much, your quiet words cut deeper. When others react fast, your slow breath becomes your shield. When chaos rises, calm becomes your sword. You live in a chaotic world, a world that moves too fast, a world that never stops, a world where people scream to be heard. But the truth is simple. People trust the calm voice more than the loud one. People follow the quiet leader more than the shouting one. People remember the silent moment more than the noisy day. Noise demands attention. Silence commands respect. You do not conquer chaos by adding more noise. You conquer chaos by becoming the still point inside it, like a mountain in the wind, like the moon above the waves, like a candle that does not move even when the room shakes. Your silence is your power because silence gives you time. Time to think, time to breathe, time to feel, time to understand, time to choose. Most people react. They explode. They shout. They defend. They attack. They speak before thinking. They answer before hearing. They move before seeing. And because of this, they lose control. They lose direction. They lose themselves. But silence is different. Silence slows time. Silence opens space. Silence builds distance between impulse and action, between anger and decision, between fear and strength. Imagine this. Someone insults you. Their words are sharp. Their voice is high. They want a reaction. They want your anger. They want your energy. They want to pull you into their storm. You feel the heat rise. Your breath speeds up. Your heart beats like a drum. Your mind fills with answers you want to scream. In that moment, silence is a sword. If you stay silent, you stay above. If you breathe, you stay calm. If you wait, you gain the advantage. The moment becomes yours. Silence turns the power dynamic. The other person becomes confused. Their fire burns without fuel. Their storm loses direction. Their strength becomes weakness. Why? Because silence means you are not controlled. Silence shows you cannot be moved easily. Silence says you choose your response, not your emotions. That is power. Silence is dignity. Silence is discipline. Silence is emotional strength. Silence is your shield against manipulation. You may think silence is doing nothing, But silence is work. Silence is training. Silence is effort. Silence is mastery. Silence is the decision to rise above the noise. Look back at your life. Remember a moment you regret. A moment when you spoke too fast, said something you could not take back, lost control, hurting someone else, hurting yourself, ruining trust, breaking peace, all because words escaped before wisdom arrived. Now imagine that same moment again, but this time you pause, you breathe, you stay silent. You observe the situation instead of attacking it. You feel the feelings, but you do not let them rule you. In that silence, a new world opens. Your choices become clear. Your words become sharp but controlled. Your actions become strong but focused. Silence is not about closing your mouth forever. Silence is about choosing your moment to speak. Every great speech begins with a long silence. Every wise answer begins with a quiet pause. Every strong person begins by mastering their inner voice. Silence makes your words heavier, because silence gives each word meaning. When you talk less, people listen more. When you choose your words with care, your voice becomes valuable. When you speak only when needed, your speech becomes a gift. Silence is reflection. Silence is space for growth. Without silence, you cannot learn. Without silence, you cannot change. Without silence, you cannot know who you are. In silence, you face yourself, your hopes, your fears, your memories, your dreams, your failures, your strengths, your truth. Many people run away from silence because they fear that truth. They fear the voice inside. They fear the reality they have ignored. So they hide in noise, in music, in gossip, in distraction, in endless scrolling, in constant talking, anything to avoid hearing their own heart. But if you stay with silence long enough, something shifts. The fear becomes curiosity. Curiosity becomes understanding. Understanding becomes acceptance. Acceptance becomes strength. Strength becomes peace. That is why silence is powerful. Not because silence hides your voice, but because silence reveals it. Not because silence stops your thoughts, but because silence focuses them. Not because silence protects you from pain, but because silence teaches you how to face pain without breaking. Silence teaches you to endure. Silence teaches you to observe. Silence teaches you to choose. Silence teaches you to act with intention. Silence teaches you to stay calm when the world loses control. A chaotic world needs calm people. A chaotic world needs silent leaders. A chaotic world needs minds that do not shake. A chaotic world needs hearts that do not fear. A chaotic world needs strength that does not scream. You can be that person. You already have that power. You were born with silence inside you, but you forgot how to use it. Part 2. Training your silence, strengthening your calm, becoming unshakable. Silence is not only something you feel, silence is something you practice. Silence is something you build. Silence is something you train like a muscle. You do not wake up one day and become calm forever. You become calm by training your silence every day. This part shows you how, step by step, moment by moment, breath by breath. Your silence begins with awareness. Awareness means you notice what happens in your mind and body. You notice when you are angry. You notice when you are impatient. You notice when your voice rises. You notice when your thoughts spin too fast. Most people feel these things but do not notice them clearly. They move like sleepwalkers through their emotions. They let their feelings drive the car. They let their reactions take control. Training silence begins by noticing before reacting. Imagine you were walking in the rain. At first, the rain feels soft, then heavier, then colder, then uncomfortable. At some point, you realize you're soaked. But if you notice the first drops, you can prepare. You can open an umbrella. You can take cover. You can choose. Your emotions are like the rain. They fall slowly at first, then they become storms. Awareness lets you see the first drop. Awareness gives you time to act before the storm takes over. The first exercise of silence is breathing. Not because breathing is magical, but because breathing keeps you in the present moment. Breathing slows your mind. Breathing cools your body. Breathing creates space before your reaction. Try this now. Breathe in through your nose. Slow, controlled. Let the air fill your lungs. Pause. Then breathe out through your mouth. Slow, soft, like air leaving a balloon gently. Do this 3 times. You just practiced silence. You just practiced control. You just built the first brick of calm. A silent mind does not mean an empty mind. Thoughts will come. They will move like clouds across the sky. Some thoughts will be dark. Some will be bright. Some will be fearful. Some will be strong. Do not chase them. Do not fight them. Just watch them. The sky does not fight the clouds. The sky holds them without breaking. Be the sky, not the cloud. Next, practice silence in conversations. This does not mean you say nothing. It means you do not rush to speak. You listen fully. You let others finish. You wait 2 seconds before responding. In those 2 seconds, you think. You breathe. You choose your words. You speak from calm, not chaos. Most arguments begin because people speak too soon. Most conflicts grow because people speak without listening. Your silence creates space. Your silence brings understanding. Your silence gives clarity to both sides. Your silence becomes respect, and people respect those who listen deeply. Then, practice silence in action. Sometimes silence is not about your voice. Silence is about your behavior. Do not react to every insult. Do not respond to every rumor. Do not fight every small battle. Some fights are traps. Some words are weapons that only work when you pick them up. Silence makes you strong, because silence makes you selective. A river does not push against every rock. A river flows around obstacles and still reaches the ocean. Be like the river. Move with intention. Choose your battles. Let silence be your path through noise. Silence also protects your energy. Every reaction costs energy. Every argument costs time. Every unnecessary fight steals focus. Most people feel tired not because they work hard, but because they waste their energy on noise, on gossip, on jealousy, on proving themselves to others, on defending their ego. Silence closes the doors where your energy escapes. Silence keeps your power inside you, not scattered around you. Now let us talk about calm. Calm is not passive. Calm is not lazy. Calm is not slow in a weak way. Calm is speed with clarity. Calm is strength without panic. Calm is action without fear. Calm is confidence in motion. Calm is knowing who you are and what you stand for. How do you train calm? Calm begins with silence, but calm grows with self-respect. You respect yourself when you stop reacting to everything. You respect yourself when you stop needing approval. You respect yourself when you stop explaining yourself to people who will never understand you. You respect yourself when you say less and do more. Actions speak louder when words are few. Calm grows inside you when your life becomes proof, not noise. Calm also grows through patience. Patience does not mean waiting without movement. Patience means trusting the process. Patience means not forcing what is not ready. Patience means preparing while others complain. Patience means building while others doubt. Patience means staying focused while others are distracted. Patience means becoming stronger quietly while the world looks away. Picture a seed in the soil. For weeks, nothing seems to happen. No one sees the roots growing. No one sees the strength forming underground. People may think nothing is happening, but deep inside the earth, the seed is preparing. The slow growth becomes strong growth. Then one day, the seed breaks the surface. A small green shoot appears. The world sees the plant only when it rises, but the plant became strong in silence first. You are the same. Your silent growth becomes visible only when the time is right. Calm is the soil. Silence is the root. Strength is the plant. Another way to train calm is through discipline. Discipline is doing what you know is right even when you do not feel like it. Silence helps discipline because silence gives you time to think before you escape into comfort. You train discipline in small ways. Wake up when the alarm rings. Drink water instead of soda. Walk instead of scrolling. Speak kindly instead of complaining. Finish tasks instead of delaying. Discipline grows through small wins. Calm grows through disciplined choices. Now let us speak about becoming unshakable. Unshakable does not mean you never feel pain. Unshakable does not mean nothing ever hurts you. Unshakable does not mean you never cry. Being unshakable means the world can push you but cannot break you. It means life can test you but cannot destroy you. It means storms can surround you but cannot take away your center. It means your emotions move but do not control your direction. It means your silence becomes your anchor when chaos rises. To become unshakable, you need a center. Your center is your values. Your center is your purpose. Your center is your direction. Your center is what you stand for even when no one is watching. When you have a center, noise loses power. When you have a center, opinions lose control. When you have a center, confusion becomes clarity. Silence helps you find that center. Calm protects it. Discipline strengthens it. Think about mountains. The wind blows, the rain falls, the snow freezes the earth. Seasons change. Everything around the mountain moves, but the mountain remains unshakable, still, strong, silent. The mountain is not strong because it fights the wind. The mountain is strong because it does not need to. It does not react to every storm. It waits. It endures. It remains. Be like the mountain. But do not confuse silence with distance. Do not confuse calm with coldness. You can be silent and loving. You can be calm and warm. You can be unshakable and still care deeply. Silence does not close your heart. Silence opens it to what truly matters. Calm does not make you emotionless. Calm helps you feel without drowning. Strength does not kill sensitivity. Strength protects sensitivity so it can survive in a loud world. Here is a truth many forget. You do not need to prove your strength by shouting. You prove your strength by staying silent when noise pulls at you. You do not prove your power by dominating others. You prove your power by mastering yourself. You do not show confidence by fighting every battle. You show confidence by walking away from battles beneath you. Some battles are invitations to chaos. Some battles are traps for your energy. Some battles are distractions from your purpose. Silence helps you see which is which. So how do you continue this training every day? Start with 3 practices. Practice number 1.
Take 3 slow breaths before responding to anything that triggers you. Someone annoys you. Someone insults you. Someone pushes your buttons. 3 breaths. Then respond or walk away. This small habit changes your life because it stops automatic reactions. It gives silence a home in your daily life. Practice number 2. Spend 5 minutes a day sitting without speaking. No music, no scrolling, no talking. Just breathing and observing. It may feel uncomfortable at first. Your thoughts may rush. Your body may feel restless. But stay. Your silence becomes deeper every day you return to it.
Practice number 3. Choose one moment each day to say nothing when you normally would. Maybe someone tells a story you already know. Maybe someone posts something online that makes you angry. Maybe someone asks for your opinion when you do not need to give it. Hold your silence. Let the moment pass. Feel the power of saving your energy. Feel the strength of not reacting. 1 moment every day. Then 2. Then 3. Your silence grows. Your calm grows. Your strength grows. Over time, something new happens inside you. People begin to feel your presence differently. They feel safety near you. They feel respect for your words. They feel trust in your calm. They feel drawn to your silence. You become someone whose voice matters because you do not waste it. Then the world begins to treat you differently, not because you shout louder, not because you fight harder, not because you demand attention, but because your silence speaks for you. People look to you when things get chaotic. People turn to you when they need clarity. People trust you when they need stability. Your silence becomes leadership. Your calm becomes guidance. Your presence becomes power. One day you will notice something beautiful. You no longer look for noise. You no longer need noise. You no longer fear silence. Silence becomes your home. Calm becomes your strength. Stillness becomes your identity. And the world can shake, but you do not. Because you trained your silence, you strengthened your calm, you became unshakable. Part 3. From Power to Transformation. Living silence, leading calm, rising beyond noise. You have remembered your silence. You have trained your calm. Now you must live your power. Part 3 is not about theory. Part 3 is about becoming. Becoming someone who rises above chaos. Becoming someone whose silence changes lives. Becoming someone who walks with strength even when the path shakes. Transformation begins when silence stops being a skill and becomes your nature. When calm stops being a practice and becomes your way of life. When quiet confidence replaces loud insecurity. You will not be the same person after this part, not because I change you, but because you change yourself through silence. Your transformation begins with understanding this truth. Silence is not only power over others, silence is power over yourself. Self-mastery is the highest victory. Self-mastery is the hardest battle. Self-mastery is the quiet revolution that changes everything around you without noise. There are 3 stages of transformation. Stage 1 is silence in moments. Stage 2 is silence in choices. Stage 3 is silence in identity. Now you step into stage 3. You must now learn to walk with silence like a companion, not like a tool you pick up, but like a friend who follows you everywhere. Silence beside you, silence within you, silence guiding you,
silence protecting you from the noise of others and the noise of your own doubt. The first part of transformation is mastering your inner voice. Everyone has two voices inside, the loud voice and the quiet one. The loud voice is fear. The loud voice is insecurity. The loud voice is doubt. The loud voice is ego. The loud voice is anger. This voice screams for attention. It wants control. It wants reactions. It wants noise. But there is another voice, a soft one, steady, calm, deep. This voice does not scream. This voice waits. It waits for silence to rise. It waits for noise to fall. It waits for you to listen. Transformation happens when the quiet voice becomes your leader, when the quiet voice becomes the one you trust, when the quiet voice becomes your guide through storms. How do you listen to this voice? By creating moments of silence in your day, by sitting with your breath, by writing in a journal without judging your thoughts, by walking slowly without headphones, by resting without scrolling, by letting your mind settle instead of filling every second with noise. In silence, the quiet voice becomes clear. It tells you what you need, not what others expect. It tells you who you are, not who others want you to be. It tells you where to go, not where the crowd is running. The second part of transformation is mastering your actions. Silence is useless without movement. Calm is useless without progress. Stillness is useless without purpose. Your silence must move your life forward. Your calm must push you toward your goals. Your discipline must turn dreams into reality. Silence is the plan. Action is the execution. Wake up early without excuses. Train your body without depending on motivation. Study your craft without waiting for inspiration. Build your ideas without needing applause. Do the work even when no one watches. Do the work especially when no one watches. Silence becomes transformation when your results speak louder than your words. People chase praise, but you chase progress. People chase attention, but you chase mastery. People chase noise, but you chase your destiny. Your transformation becomes visible when others notice something different in you. Not your clothes, not your status, not your opinions, but your presence. Your energy becomes quiet but sharp. Your eyes become steady. Your movements become intentional. Your voice becomes calm and firm. People feel this before they understand it. People sense this before they can explain it.
They say something like this: "You seem different. You seem stronger. You seem more focused. You seem more grounded." They do not know what changed, but you do. Silence changed you. Calm shaped you. Discipline strengthened you. The third part of transformation is mastering your relationships. Silence is not isolation. Calm is not loneliness. Quiet strength does not mean you shut the world out. Transformation does not remove people from your life. Transformation changes how you relate to people. You no longer chase validation. You no longer beg for attention. You no longer argue to defend your worth. You no longer fear rejection from those who never saw you clearly. Your self-respect becomes silent but powerful. Your boundaries become clear but not loud. You say no without guilt. You walk away without drama. You protect your peace without explanation. And you do all of this with silence. You no longer choose people based on noise. You choose people based on depth. You choose people who bring calm to your life. You choose people who listen more than they talk. You choose people who respect your silence. You choose people who are not threatened by your calm. Soon you notice something. Weak people fear silence because silence exposes them. Strong people respect silence because silence recognizes them. Transformation continues when your silence becomes your circle. Small, strong, steady. People you trust, people who challenge you to grow, people who speak less and live more. Now let us go deeper. Transformation is not only about how you live. Transformation is about how you respond when life breaks you. Because life will break you. Life will test you. Life will push you to the edge. Life will shake your ground. Life will take things from you. Life will surprise you. Life will disappoint you. Life will hurt you. Silence does not stop pain. Calm does not erase loss. Strength does not prevent heartbreak. Transformation is not about avoiding suffering. Transformation is about becoming someone who can hold suffering without collapsing. Someone who can feel pain without losing direction. Someone who can be afraid without running away. Someone who can cry without breaking. Your silence is your anchor when life throws storms at you. Your calm is your shelter when chaos hits your heart. Your discipline is your rope when you feel like falling. In silence, you learn to breathe through pain. In calm, you learn to accept what you cannot control. In strength, you learn to keep walking even when your knees shake. Pain shapes you. Silence guides you. Calm stabilizes you. Action transforms you. Transformation is a long walk through darkness with a quiet flame that never goes out. That flame is your silence.
And now, let us talk about legacy. Not legacy in the sense of fame, not legacy in the sense of achievement, but legacy in the sense of presence. The mark you leave on others simply by being who you are. Your silence becomes your legacy when people remember your strength, when people remember your calm, when people remember how you did not lose control, when people remember that you listened when others shouted, when people remember that you stayed kind in a cruel moment, when people remember that you stayed patient when others rushed, when people remember that you stayed steady when others panicked. Silence is a legacy because silence shapes lives. You inspire others when your silence becomes leadership. You inspire others when your calm becomes direction. You inspire others when your strength becomes comfort. Your silence becomes a path for others to follow. Transformation is complete when you no longer seek noise, but become someone others seek when the noise becomes too much. You become a lighthouse. You do not move. You do not shout. You stand strong. You shine silently, and people find their way because of your presence. This is your destiny if you choose it. Not everyone will choose it. Not everyone can choose it. Silence is simple, but silence is not easy. Calm is simple, but calm is not easy. Strength is simple, but strength is not easy. But simple things repeated with discipline create unshakable people. You can be one of those people. If you return to silence, if you protect your calm, if you walk with discipline, if you stay loyal to your inner voice. Remember this as you step forward. Your silence is not an escape. Your silence is a weapon. Your silence is not emptiness. Your silence is fullness. Your silence is not weakness. Your silence is power. The world will stay loud. The world will stay chaotic. The world will still scream for your attention, but you will no longer be controlled by noise because you now know the truth. Silence is your anchor. Calm is your path. Strength is your nature. You do not need to fight to win. You do not need to shout to be heard. You do not need noise to prove your worth. When the world becomes louder, you become quieter. When the world moves too fast, you slow your breath. When the world screams, you listen. When the world pulls, you stay centered.
You have remembered your silence. You have trained your calm. You have transformed your life. Now walk forward. Walk quietly. Walk with strength. Walk like someone who knows who they are. Your journey does not end here. Silence is a beginning that never ends. You are ready. The world is still loud, but you are now silent, and silence wins.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Self-Study Every Day for more helpful lessons. Leave a comment and tell me what you want to learn next.